Gran Canaria ground, Aruba 297, ready to taxi to runway 21 right with information Bravo.
Aruba 297, taxi to runway 21 right, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 21 right, Aruba 297.
Gran Canaria Tower, Lana 98, ready for takeoff at runway 21 right, departing straight out.
Gran Canaria Tower, November Golf Oscar Delta, ready for takeoff at runway 21 right, remaining in the pattern.
Lana 98, hold short at runway 21 right. Gran Canaria Tower, Binter 481, ready for takeoff at runway 21 right, departing straight out.
Holding short runway 21 right, Lana 98.
Binter 481, runway 21 right, cleared for takeoff. November Golf Oscar Delta, hold short at runway 21 right. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21 right, Binter 481.
Holding short runway 21 right, November Golf Oscar Delta.
Going around, Victor India Papa 99. Gran Canaria Tower, Victor India Papa 99, inbound on the visual for touch and go runway 21 right with information Bravo. Victor India Papa 99, number 1, runway 21 left, cleared to land. Number 1, cleared to land, runway 21 left, Victor India Papa 99. Victor India Papa 99, disregard last message. Lana 98, line up and wait runway 21 right.
Line up and wait runway 21 right, Lana 98.
21 right.
Victor India Papa 99, number 1, runway 21 right, cleared for the option, after the option, make right traffic. Number 1, cleared for the option, runway 21 right, Victor India Papa 99. Lana 98, runway 21 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21 right, Lana 98.
Runway 21 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff.
November Golf Oscar Delta, line up and wait runway 21 right.
Line up and wait runway 21 right, November Golf Oscar Delta.
Lana 98, contact GCLP approach on 124.3.
Contacting GCLP approach on 124.3, Lana 98.
Hey, hello.
Contact GCLP approach on
Welcome.
124.3.
Contacting GCLP approach on 124.3, Lana 98.
Hey, hello.
November Golf Oscar Delta, runway 21 right, cleared for takeoff, make right traffic.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21 right, November Golf Oscar Delta.
Okay, that's battery.
Gran Canaria Tower, Scandinavian 629, ready for takeoff at runway 21 right, departing east. Scandinavian 629, hold short of runway 21 right. Holding short runway 21 right, Scandinavian 629. Scandinavian 629, line up and wait runway 21 right. Line up and wait runway 21 right, Scandinavian 629.
Okay, he's making a really big sequence. Covering. Really covering.
Scandinavian 629,
So he will
runway
be number
21
one,
right, cleared for
two.
takeoff.
No, number 1, number 2.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21 right, Scandinavian 629.
Gran Canaria Tower, Aruba 297, ready for takeoff at runway 21 right, departing east.
Aruba 297, line up and wait runway 21 right.
Takeoff.
Line up and wait runway 21 right, Aruba 297.
Victor India Papa 99, number 1, runway 21 right, cleared for the option. Number 1, cleared for the option, runway 21 right, Victor India Papa 99.
Gran Canaria ground, Tomjet 526, ready for pushback.
Thank you, Victor India Papa 99. Tomjet 526, pushback approved, expect runway 21 right.
Pushback approved, Tomjet 526.
Aruba 297, runway 21 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21 right, Aruba 297.
Gran Canaria Airport, ATIS information Bravo, time 1545 Zulu, wind 130 at 7, visibility 21, temperature 24, dew point 21, QNH 1018 remarks, no intersection departures landing runway 21 left, departing runway 21 right. Dart advise on initial contact, you have information Bravo.
November Golf Oscar Delta is on right downwind runway 21 right, touch and go.
Number 2.
November Golf Oscar Delta, number 2, traffic to follow is on right downwind.
Number 2, behind the traffic on right downwind, November Golf Oscar Delta.
Scandinavian 629, frequency change approved, good day. Frequency change approved Scandinavian 629, good day.
Hey, hello, Gem Charger. Gem Charger. Well, people like it more when I stream on YouTube. So I switched to YouTube, but I'm thinking that maybe I will be streaming on both things, but I'm not sure. What?
Gran Canaria Tower, Lufthansa 744 Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 21 right with information Bravo.
Lufthansa 744 Heavy, number 2, runway 21 right, cleared to land. November Golf Oscar Delta, contact GCLP approach on 124.3.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 21 right, Lufthansa 744 Heavy.
Contacting GCLP approach on 124.3, November Golf Oscar Delta.
Gran Canaria ground, Tomjet 526, ready to taxi.
Tomjet 526, taxi to runway 21 right, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 21 right, Tomjet 526.
Aruba 297, frequency change approved, good day.
Frequency change approved Aruba 297. Good day.
But I can also stream on Twitch. I can start it right now. Okay. Well, I see you
Contacting Gran Canaria Tower on 118.3, Ryana 721.
soon.
Gran Canaria Tower, Ryana 721. Inbound on the ILS runway 21 right with information Bravo.
Ryanair 721, number 2, runway 21 right, cleared to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 21 right, Ryana 721.
I don't know why we only use 2-1 right. Is there what is 2-1 left is also good, right? Yeah. It's okay. Exactly the same runways. I want them to
Gran Canaria Tower, Tomjet 526. Ready for takeoff at runway 21 right, departing north.
Victor India Papa 99, is on right downwind runway 21 right, full stop. Tomjet 526, hold short of runway 21 right.
Holding short runway 21 right, Tomjet 526.
Victor India Papa 99, number 3, traffic to follow is on final. Gran Canaria ground, India Foxtrot Sierra Foxtrot Golf 035, ready for pushback with information Bravo, requesting runway 21 right. Number 3, behind the traffic on final, Victor India Papa 99. India Foxtrot Sierra Foxtrot Golf 035, pushback approved, expect runway 21 right. Pushback approved, India Foxtrot Sierra Foxtrot Golf 035. Tomjet 526, line up and wait runway 21 right.
Line up and wait runway 21 right, Tomjet 526.
Lufthansa 744 Heavy, when able turn right and contact ground, please expedite. Victor India Papa 99, number 2, runway 21 right, cleared to land.
Wilco, Lufthansa 744 Heavy.
Ryana 721, is on final runway 21 right.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 21 right, Victor India Papa 99. Tomjet 526, runway 21 right, cleared for immediate takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21 right, Tomjet 526.
aligned for
Gran
left.
Canaria ground, India Foxtrot
Okay.
Sierra Foxtrot Golf 035, ready to taxi to runway 21 right with information Bravo. India Foxtrot Sierra Foxtrot Golf 035, taxi to runway 21 right, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 21 right, India Foxtrot Sierra Foxtrot Golf 035.
Gran Canaria ground, Lufthansa 744 Heavy. Request taxi to parking.
Lufthansa 744 Heavy, taxi to parking.
Taxiing to parking,
You should go to
Lufthansa
left.
744 Heavy.
Hello. I like Twitch more. On Twitch I had like 12 viewers, and on YouTube I have just 3 viewers.
Tomjet526, frequency change approved, good day.
I don't know why, but...
Frequency change approved Tomjet526, good day.
Ryanair 721, when able turn right, contact ground on the taxiway.
Wilco, Ryanair 721. Gran Canaria ground, Ryanair 721, request taxi to parking.
Ryanair 721,
still
taxi
on the
to
runway.
parking.
Taxiing to parking, Ryanair 721.
Gran Canaria Tower, India Foxtrot Sierra Foxtrot Golf 035, ready for takeoff at runway 21 right, departing north.
Gran Canaria Tower, November Golf Oscar Delta is 10 nautical miles to the northeast at 2,500 feet, inbound for touch and go with information Bravo, requesting runway 21 left.
November Golf Oscar Delta, number 1, runway 21 left, cleared for the option, after the option, make left traffic. India Foxtrot Sierra Foxtrot Golf 035, hold short of runway 21 right. Holding short runway 21 right, India Foxtrot Sierra Foxtrot Golf 035.
Number 1, cleared for the option, runway 21 left, November Golf Oscar Delta.
Oh yeah, I sent the frequency change. Thank you for your comment. 1000 operations, that's pretty much, I don't know, how much do I have? I really don't know.
India Foxtrot Sierra Foxtrot Golf 035, line up and wait runway 21 right. Line up and wait runway 21 right,
Guys,
India
by the way,
Foxtrot Sierra
will be
Foxtrot Golf
streaming,
035.
later this evening again.
Gran Canaria
But
ground,
that- but
Lufthansa
then
948,
on,
ready
Dublin.
for pushback with information Bravo. Victor India Papa 99, when able turn right, contact ground on the taxiway. Lufthansa 948,
Bravo.
pushback approved, expect runway
In Dutch,
21 right.
that means
Wilco,
well done.
Victor India Papa
Bravo.
99. Gran Canaria ground, Victor India Papa 99, request taxi to parking. Victor India Papa 99, taxi to parking. Taxiing to parking, Victor India Papa 99. India Foxtrot Sierra Foxtrot Golf 035, runway 21 right,
1000
cleared for
operations.
takeoff. Gran Canaria ground, Ryanair 447, ready for pushback with information Bravo. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21 right, India Foxtrot Sierra Foxtrot Golf 035. Ryanair 447, pushback approved, expect runway 21 right. Attention all aircraft, server restart is going to be initiated in 2 minutes. Please stand by. Gran Canaria ground, Ryanair
What?
447, ready for pushback with information
Server
Bravo.
restart.
Ryanair 447, disregard last message.
Server restart in 2 minutes. No one said that to me. Okay. That why do I not know that?
India Foxtrot Sierra
Server
Foxtrot Golf
restart.
035, frequency change approved, good day. Frequency change approved India Foxtrot Sierra Foxtrot Golf 035, good day.
A server restart. Yeah, it will be refreshed. Yeah, I know, but no one said it to me like there's going to be a server restart this evening. he's not contacting me. I will wait a bit. Wait, I sent to him pushback approve, right? Oh no, that was the other guy. Yeah, cancel your flight, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Bye bye. Bye bye, server. Server restart. Wow. What? Okay. Well, I don't think anything will happen right now, so I'm going to leave. And try it again. Okay, it's back. Oh, nothing happened.
Gran Canaria ground, Ryanair 447, ready to taxi with information Bravo. Ryanair 447, taxi to runway 21 right, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 21 right, Ryanair 447. Speedbird 3254, number 1, runway 21 right, cleared for the option.
On, cleared for the option, runway 21 right, Speedbird 3254.
Gran Canaria Airport, ATIS Information Alpha, time 1601 Zulu, wind 130 at 7, visibility 21, temperature 24, dew point 21, QNH 1018 remarks, no intersection departures landing runway 21 left, departing runway 21 right. Dart advise on initial contact, you have information Alpha.
Exit, right, cross, left.
Speedbird 3254, when able turn right, cross runway 21 left and contact ground.
Right.
Speedbird 3254, disregard last message. Speedbird 3254, when able turn right, cross runway 21 right and contact ground.
Gran Canaria ground, Delta 471, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Oh,
Attention all aircraft,
glitchy.
server restart is now complete, enjoy your flight and thank you for being Infinite Flight Pro subscribers. Cheers from Chile, New York,
That's nice.
Laura, out.
I can call
Wilco,
one time
Speedbird
if you control.
3254.
Delta 471, hold position.
That's fine.
Holding position, Delta 471.
It's lagging incredible. Hard. Okay. Oh, guys. 2 on right.
Delta
It's
471,
lagging
push
really
back
hard.
approved, expect runway
Just look
21
at
right.
this.
Pushback approved.
Oof.
Delta 471.
This is annoying. Okay, in the meantime, I can go live on Twitch as well, because apparently YouTube is not really popular. Settings. Stream. Oh, I have to
Gran
install
Canaria
something
ground,
else.
November Kilo 154 Whiskey, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Gran Canaria ground, Speedbird 3254, request taxi to parking.
November Kilo 154 Whiskey, pushback approved, expect runway
It's
21 right.
lagging.
Speedbird 3254, taxi to parking. Pushback approved, November Kilo 154 Whiskey. Gran Canaria Tower, Ryanair 447, ready for takeoff at runway 21 right, departing west.
Taxiing to parking, Speedbird
Ooh.
3254.
Ryanair 447, runway 21 right, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21 right, Ryanair 447. Gran Canaria ground, FedEx2, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Pushback approved.
FedEx2, pushback approved, expect runway 21 right.
Gran Canaria ground, Delta 471, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Pushback approved, FedEx2.
Gran Canaria ground, Singapore 318, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
It's pretty busy.
Delta 471, taxi to runway 21 right, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 21 right, Delta 471.
Just one question. Oh,
Singapore 318,
never
pushback approved,
mind.
expect runway 21 right. Gran Canaria
can't see
ground,
them.
November Kilo 154 Whiskey, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Pushback approved, Singapore 318.
Gran Canaria ground, November 421 Bravo Kilo, ready for pushback with information Alpha. November 421 Bravo Kilo, hold position. Holding position, November 421 Bravo Kilo. November Kilo 154 Whiskey, taxi to runway 21 right, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 21 right, November Kilo 154 Whiskey. Right 447, frequency change approved, good day. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21 right, Ryanair 447. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21 right, Ryanair 447. Gran Canaria ground, FedEx2, ready to taxi with information Alpha. FedEx2, taxi to runway 21 right, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 21 right, FedEx2.
Gran Canaria ground, Singapore 318, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Singapore 318, taxi to runway 21 right, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 21 right, Singapore 318.
November 421 Bravo Kilo, pushback approved, expect runway 21 right. Pushback approved, November 421 Bravo Kilo.
Gran Canaria ground, Austrian 294, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Gran Canaria Tower,
It's
Delta
glitching so
471,
hard.
ready for takeoff at runway 21 right, departing west.
Austrian 294, pushback approved, expect runway 21 right. Delta 471, runway 21 right, Cleared for takeoff.
Maybe this solves it.
Cleared for
No.
takeoff, runway 21 right, Delta 471.
Pushback approved. Austrian 294.
Gran Canaria Tower, November Kilo 154 Whiskey, ready for takeoff at runway 21 right, remaining in the pattern.
Gran Canaria ground, November 2678, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Gran Canaria ground, November 421
Sorry,
Bravo
guys,
Kilo,
but
ready to
since-
taxi with information Alpha.
Since
November
the
2678,
server reset,
taxi to runway 21 right,
the
contact tower
server-
when ready.
Well, my
Taxiing to runway 21
app
right,
is
November
really
2678.
November 421 Bravo Kilo, taxi to runway 21 right, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to
Really,
runway
really
21 right,
slow and
November
laggy.
421 Bravo Kilo. Gran Canaria ground, Deer Crusher, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Come on.
November Kilo 154 Whiskey, line up and wait runway 21 right.
Gran Canaria ground. Charlie Delta Alpha Mike Echo. Ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Deer Crusher, pushback approved, expect runway 21 right. Charlie Delta Alpha Mike Echo, hold position.
Gran Canaria ground. Speedbird 294. Ready to taxi with information Alpha. Holding position. Charlie Delta Alpha Mike Echo. Gran Canaria Tower, Singapore 318. Ready for takeoff at runway 21 right. Remaining in the pattern.
Speedbird 294, taxi to runway 21 right, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 21 right. Speedbird 294.
There's no inbound, right?
Singapore 318, hold short of
I
runway
can't-
21 right.
Holding short runway
going to
21
restart.
right. Singapore 318.
November Kilo 154 Whiskey, runway 21 right, cleared for takeoff, make left traffic. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21 right, November Kilo 154 Whiskey. Singapore 318, line up and wait runway 21 right. Gran Canaria ground, Deer Crusher, ready to taxi with information Alpha. Deer Crusher, taxi to runway 21 right, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 21 right, Deer Crusher. Charlie Delta Alpha Mike Echo, pushback approved, expect runway 21 right.
Pushback approved. Charlie Delta Alpha Mike Echo. Line up and wait runway 21 right. Singapore 318.
Gran Canaria ground, Ryanair 1211, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Ryanair 1211, pushback approved, expect runway 21 right.
Speedbird 294. Request frequency change.
Pushback approved, Ryanair 1211.
Speedbird 294, you were already instructed to change frequency. Singapore 318, runway 21 right, cleared for takeoff, make left traffic.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 21 right. Singapore 318.
Delta 471, request frequency change.
Gran Canaria ground. Charlie Delta Alpha Mike Echo. Ready to taxi with information Alpha.
November Kilo 154 Whiskey,